Hi, I'm making this video to show you how I take one piece of content and turn it into 5 to 6 different pieces of content. And today we're going to focus on the part of taking videos that have already been created, breaking them up, and then adding captions, and then creating different pieces of content. So the first thing I do is I take all of my podcast episodes. So if you didn't know, I was podcast host from January to January. I am taking a slow break, but it's called Added Chrome to Your Community. And I'm taking all of those recorded visual episodes and making them into videos. So what I do is a slight process here, and I'm going to show you that. So this is how I set up my content strategy, where I take one piece of content and turn it into multiples. So the first thing that I do is I take my podcast and I break it up into 5 small videos. Now, depending on the podcast, it might be 3 to 5 videos, but usually I try to focus on having as many as possible. I use a program called CapCut and add captions, and then I strategically post them on 4 platforms and create different pieces of content. So the first way I use them is I use them for ideal pins for Pinterest. So an example of this is I would take a video from the podcast that's talking a specific topic, and then I would add different pieces of content. So photos or written testimonies or something that I have, and add it to an ideal pin, add a cover to it to tell people what it's about. Next thing is I use my Facebook videos in groups. So even though I recorded all of my podcasts in the Facebook group, most people don't watch it until the replay. And then even if it's like 3 weeks since the video's watched, people forget about it and they just want the core content. They don't have an hour and a half to watch or 30 minutes to watch the podcast. So I post it in my Facebook groups. I always use it for TikTok as well. They're not interesting dances or trendy dances, but they do okay on TikTok. And then, of course, I post them as Instagram Reels. Instagram is very focused on original content, so that will help. I also take the video and transcribe it and use it to help create a blog post. And that blog post then in turn turns into an email marketing email. So I can actually send out all that information to my subscribers. So that really helps understanding what I do and how I create my content. So in turn of showing you exactly what I do on Pinterest, let me show you an ideal pin. So the ideal pin is focused on having a cover on the front that tells you exactly what they're going to learn. And then throughout is multiple videos, multiple pictures, and it always has the captions because most people do not watch videos with sound. So having captions is very beneficial for them. So I'm going to walk you through the steps of how I do that. Okay, so this is CapCut. If you've ever used TikTok, you will probably see CapCut as your form of creating the specialty TikToks, but you can also do a lot more in it. I've actually just started using it for a couple months, so I haven't really fully expanded into all of its capabilities, but I would start with a blank canvas. I don't really use anything else because it kind of distorts my original video, but I start with a blank canvas. Then you have to upload your media. So I always have it on my desktop and I draw it over. And then I add that to my stream. So I always make sure it has voice on it. Some of mine don't transfer the voice right away, so I have to always click play real quick to see if it has vocals. And here's the important part. So you want to add your captions. So you go to text auto captions, and it should recognize voice. So you usually would pick your language. I always use American English, help create the captions, and then they automatically create. So they come out really white. And I always put it above because it's more direct for people to actually see it. But then you also want to edit it because it's a little bit, and you might want to edit too if it has different words that you don't really want to have on the screen. She did not say that word. Okay, fix that. So the next thing you want to do is focus on that text so you can pick styles. I always usually pick something that has color in the middle and white on the outside, or vice versa. You might have saw the blue one I used, but you really want to focus on having it stand out. You can also make it bigger by adding the different size, but you always have to be careful. So what I do is I drag this, and when you go to each word, you want to make sure that it's all showing. So for here, it's not showing. So you can also edit that so that you can make sure it all shows. So you would want to type and make sure that it gets to a different spot. And then once you save that, you can save it to your computer. You can also have this as an app. So having CapCut as an app can really help on your phone. I usually use the phone one, not a big fan of the desktop one because it's a lot simpler on my phone, and I'm saving all of that and using content from my phone anyways. But some people don't have the storage to do that, so I completely understand. And then I save all of those videos to a little folder, so whenever I'm ready to use it, I can use it. Now, the thing I haven't figured out about Ideal Pens is how to schedule them. So I just put them in my drafts and then set a reminder for me to post an Ideal Pen once or twice a week. Right now, because of how great my views are, I've been posting one every single day or every other day. So that's been really helpful. So hopefully this video is very helpful to you in understanding how I repurpose my content. I have lots of other videos that you can watch if you head to my Pinterest or my Facebook or my Instagram. My Facebook, Instagram, and Pinterest are Chrome Photo Co. So please make sure you subscribe and let me know if you have any other questions that I can help you with.